grand Jupiter Day. It's Thursday, May the 20th, 2021. 7:42 a.m. Central Standard Time. Whew! What a day. We just got started and it's been enlightening. Lots of spidey senses going on. It's funny because Miss Melody, a friend of mine, Oracle of the Crows, was talking about spidey senses, and that's what I call it too. Okay. Yes. And allergies. A fact of life. Anyway, this is Dee with Divine Needle. How's it going? Grand rising to you all. Oh, Miss Melody, after the stream, go back and look at yesterday's reading. It was about you. Yep, I was right. I nailed it on the head. You'll see what I'm talking about. One thing that's really fascinating is spiders, like tarot readers that have spider, animal oracle decks, etc. And another reader that I watch all the time, rustling around. You should check his channel out. His channel, he's been doing his readings from an Italian sunken garden, I believe in Portugal. And peacocks have been a huge theme in his readings. And then we were talking about peacock spiders on top of that. And then Miss Tamu pulls the Necro card, which has 2 peacocks on it. Yeah. And then yesterday's reading, check this out. Sabian symbol, a peacock parading on an ancient lawn. That was yesterday's reading. The Sabian Mysteries picture. Yeah. Talk about synchronicity. And not only did Miss Melody, Oracle of the Crows, get bit by a brown recluse, but I had one in my coffee cup the other morning. I even told Nell about it. I was like, there's a freaking brown recluse in my coffee cup. Yeah. You guys would have hated it. I had my stuff in storage for a while back a few years ago in my mom's garage, which was a detached garage at a lake house. And evidently that garage was full of brown recluse spiders. And so the things I stored there became full of them too. So when I got moved into my new place, I unpacked several years worth of battling with brown recluse spiders. Have been bitten several times, so has my son. And what's interesting is neither one of us got super sick from it. I guess you just have to get bit just the right way and just the right sensitive tissue for it to be a real problem. But yeah, we've been bit several times by those little guys, and yeah, I know what they look like really well after experiencing that because it was literally about, oh, I would say 10 to 12 years of battling those before we finally got rid of them all. And I know what their little houses look like that they make. And so if I see those little houses, then I don't waste any time getting rid of that. So that's the only kind of spider. Well, a black widow wouldn't be welcome either, but yeah, those are the only kind that are not welcome in my home for sure. and I will do what it takes to get rid of one. Now, my husband, on the other hand, he won't kill anything at all. And so whenever there's a spider or anything like that, it's up to me to do the deed. Yeah, not joking. And even if it's a brown recluse, what was it last year? Last year there was a termite on the wall in the office, and I told him, "You better kill that because you don't want that in your house." And he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it. I'm like, "You gotta understand something, honey. If it's going to cause your house to fall to the ground, you have to learn how to at least, you know, get rid of the things that will cause grief for you down the road." He wouldn't do it. Anyway, there you go. Peacocks and spiders and termites. Anyway, yeah. So yesterday's Sabian Mysteries was a peacock parading in an ancient lawn. And the reading was definitely about Miss Melody. She was highest priority, Queen of Cups, in the center of the reading. They were telling me all about what she was going through in that reading. Okay, so today is a new day. Let's hope the spiders are out of our. It's really weird because this time of the year, I noticed that brown recluse, or spiders in general, are very active and on the move. Very much so. So that's the second one I have seen in the past week, because I saw another one that was in the blinds here in the office, and I was like, "All right, little guy," and it was a small one, but it was definitely a brown recluse. So yeah, we got to keep our eyes peeled because they are definitely on the move right now. And they'll even get in your clothes that are hanging in the closet. That's how my son got bit the last time he was bit. Was he was putting on a t-shirt, and it had made a home inside of his t-shirt that had been hanging in the closet, and he got bit on the chest. Yeah. They are yeah, they're problematic for sure. I feel so bad for you, and I can't even imagine. But yeah, you guys would not have liked that apartment where I moved in, where there, yeah, it took years to get rid of all of them. Um, and they sprayed, spray, but spiders, because the way their legs are and the way they're lifted up above surfaces, the sprayed poisons don't work as well with them. And so and you just have to be diligent and keep killing them as you find them, kind of thing. There are little sticky traps you can lay down that will help catch them. But I would put those little sticky traps around water sources in your bathroom or kitchen, because they'll come down to try to get moisture. So any place where there's some moisture, put a sticky trap. That will help. So yeah, sticky traps, they're a thing. They're probably one of your best defenses, and as far as I know, with spiders, because yeah, bug spray doesn't work so good with them. Anyway, so on to Jupiter Day. Onward. Now, today's Sabian mystery symbol is a glass bottom boat in still water. Let me pick that up so you guys can see it better. But that's not what I'm seeing when I look at that, and I'll explain why in a bit. But I'll talk about, there's a couple of meanings, of course, that I'm seeing with that. The planets, we're still on that 11 portal, We still have the north and south nodes in Sagittarius and Gemini at 11 degrees, and we still have Chiron in Aries at 11 degrees, and Uranus, Gaia, heaven, at 11 degrees in Taurus. Jupiter is still at 0 degrees, just into Pisces after leaving Aquarius. Saturn, of course, the timekeeper of the whole holodeck, is at 13 degrees, number of the goddess, I might add. And Neptune is mirroring this 11 portal with 22 degrees, half a, double 11, right? So, interesting layout. When we go into this supermoon coming up soon, the alignments are really interesting, and I'll talk about that in that reading. But yeah, the alignments are just insane, and it's gonna just get more insane over the next couple of months. So some very crazy energy is going to be going on. Pluto is retrograde in Capricorn, its home sign, at 26 degrees. And we're going to have the two mega giants, Saturn and Jupiter, both going retrograde soon. That's when things get really interesting. So be mindful that that is in our futures. But right now, let's look at this. This is really, it's screaming a couple of things to me. First of all, it looks like somebody on the outside looking in more than a boat, looking through a portal. Okay. And then the other thing that I saw immediately was a UFO and somebody in it. So, we'll see. Yeah. The other thing that this reminds me of with a glass bottom boat in still water, it affords you the opportunity to look into other worlds. And something my husband and I do all the time is meditate together. And then we tell each other the things that they're showing us when we're meditating. And getting a view into those other worlds, the other realms, is very fascinating. And this feels very much like that energy. Other worlds, whether it be a UFO or other realms that you get psychically when you meditate. So, wow, interesting. But yeah, it's really weird. The spider oracle decks and the peacocks have just been a thing. And then I mentioned the spider peacock because it's a really cute little spider. They're adorable. And yeah, peacock and spider all in one word. Yeah. So I digress. But the synchronicity, you can't dismiss that. Don't ever dismiss those because those are the breadcrumbs. Those are the things we need to pay attention to, those nuances going on around us, right? So the spiders and being so prevalent in my realm recently, I should have warned you guys that spiders might be an issue right now. But luckily, fortunately, Miss Melody might be getting to go home today. I sure hope so, so you can go play with those kitties of yours. I hope somebody's been around to feed and water the little guys. Anyway, so let's get into Thursday's energy for the collective. We're going to take a look at what's going on for the collective. Jupiter Day, Zeus Day. For the collective, what do we got going on? In other words, Gabriel Day. the storm god, also known as Yahweh. Also known as Loki. Also, no. I take that back. Sorry. Thor. Not Loki. That's Apollo, Adonai, Michael, etc. On and on infinitum. But yes, I digress. Oh, spirit of pairs, the lovers. That heart energy. There's that mirroring energy. Don't look at the words so much. Those cards, for me, I read like an oracle deck, and I read them based on intuition and the pictures, not the words so much. So the 11s, the 11 portal. This signifies that 11 portal. It's mirroring. It's all about the twins. I don't know if you dealt into Hermeticism or the Gnostic, but Hermes and Aphrodite, the twins, the original twins, and mirroring. That portal that's going on is definitely all about that. For sure. No doubt about it. Oh, wow. They told me to flip it over, and I flipped it over. Check this out. Oh, there's the card from yesterday that reminds me of the peacock. Rebirth. Wow. A lion standing on a camel with Pan playing a flute. Wow. Being able to go the distance with how camel can travel without water for long periods of time. That's being able to go the distance with little to nothing. And then, of course, the lion is about royalty, literally, and what that really embodies, which is strength, courage, and compassion, right? And then Pan playing the flute above those two. That's pretty fascinating. And this card was yesterday. The Rebel. Aries and Aquarius. For me. And the Fool card. Going through a doorway to our creativity. Okay. See, going through that doorway, that portal, this is the portal, going through it, and this is what's on the other side of the portal. Heaven. Wow. And the Lotus Throne. Okay, that's pretty profound. Ooh, wow. Okay. I'm picking up what you're laying down, team. Wow. So the lovers, the mirrors, Pan and the Rebel. Making their way through the portal. I'm having a feeling that is exactly what this whole 11-degree alignments of planets and nodes and stuff has everything to do with. All right. All right, here we go. The overall energy for Jupiter Day for the collective. What do they need to know about the overall energy? Okay, that was what to be mindful of and or prepare for yesterday. Today, it's the overall energy. Resting after strife. The convalescent. Miss Melody, that's you. All right. What's our highest priority for the collective? Highest priority for the collective. By the way, the Tower card and the Death card have been huge theme. Oh, my allergies, I'm sorry. The Tower card and the Death card, just like the spiders and the peacocks, have been a huge theme recently. And the Convalescent card has been huge in the readings too. So I'm going to make a mental note to myself. Whenever we get spiders and peacocks, that means that likely this is the time of an exit point, a portal. Because also, not only did we have all these things going on, but a lot of people have exited the holodeck, had their rebirth. Okay, that. And the energy seemed to go along with that. We had 2 people in our family, both named Patty, both females, die on the same day, this past Saturday. What are the odds? 2. The 11's pairs, right? What are the odds of that? Seriously, think about that. What are the odds? So this whole 1111 portal thing that's going on here, it's talking about it right here, is a big deal. Anyway, our highest priority. What is the highest priority? Shining Flame. That is the Knight of Scepters. Or Knight of Wands. Lightning in the Pry. And what do we need to be mindful of and or prepare for? Flipped on the deck. The Demon. Another one that's been showing up a lot in the readings. Oh, wow. They're talking about fire and fear. Let's look at the underlying. The Chariot. Now, that was part of the underlying yesterday, too. We always have to peek. We must peek. I have to know. We have a King of Scepters, Archangel of Glory, and New World Order under that, and the Dark Horse. And of course, the Gardener's there. The Chariot card is about movement. I call that the movement card. It's about, and it's also about steering your ship. It's about movement forward, right? And victory. Lux et Veritas. This is about big trips. This is about transportation. This is about steering your ship, the Chariot of Osiris. This is being able to take your light and your dark side and rein them both in. Lot There was fire in the reading yesterday because Tower card was here in the overall energy. Ooh. You might hear some noise going on in the background. That's kitties trying to get into the office because they want to be with me. And I will let them in after I'm done here. Otherwise, they'll be up here on the table messing the cards up. All right. So, key 7, we got 2 major arcana on either side of this. But key 7, the Chariot card, major arcana, we shall read from the book. The Chariot is a spirit that helps you create change. You have attained a certain mastery of knowledge, and now you must determine how you will use that knowledge to innovate. The Chariot is an omen that you're gaining momentum. You possess mastery of knowledge and skills that now drive you further along your path. When the Chariot card appears, you have arrived at a critical milestone and are in active movement toward victory. Success will come to the one who refuses to stop fighting. Keep going. Overall energy, the convalescent, 4 swords. Resting after strife. The convalescent is the net loss after construction. This is needed rest and restoration after enduring strife. The convalescent is the spirit of nursing you back to full health. Here we see imagery reminiscent of both key 13, the Reaper, and key 14, the Angel. Like I said, that card, the Reaper card, and the Tower card have been, really prevalent. And then just recent, the last day or two, the Demon and the Chariot definitely have been popping up. A subversion of the classical Death and the Maiden motif. The convalescent is the spirit of a transition phase and is present along your path when you experience affliction. This is a spirit to bring you rehabilitation after fighting battles. Fortune comes to you after you have taken the time to restore both inner and outer balance. This balance, inner and outer balance in your life. Our highest priority today, the shining flame, lightning in the pry. That is the Knight of Fire. You are now being given divine instruction to alchemize the elemental nature of fire to advance your professional work. Transmuted fire is the driving force that will help you accelerate, hasten, and advance your progress. Crystallization is happening, the creation of something that will soon take defined, concrete form. The knight is also a spiritual guide who appears to you to lead you to an awakening. The appearance of this card is a prophecy that awakening is imminent. A spark of creativity will lead you to incredible productivity. So, a spark of creativity. Creativity, right? But what's interesting is what it leads to be mindful of, prepare for. The demon, battle with the Typhon. And you just got done resting after a battle. But we're going to be thrust into yet another. And this could be your own internal fears and being able to balance that. See, it's all about these twins. Twins. What's interesting is they've used this card to talk about the tensions between the US and China. And the tower in the back of this card speaks of the Orient. We'll have to see how that plays out in the macrocosm, right? Because these readings are talking about the micro and the macro. All right. What to be mindful and prepare for. Key 15, the demon. You know you've begun the final prong of your spiritual journey when you're thrust into a battle with the Typhon. This is the mental and emotional chains of bondage you must break. And to break those chains, you must see clearly that those chains have always been an illusion. The demon is the primordial spirit of harm, but most often than not, self harm. This is self sabotage. The demon is the personification of interferences that undermine our pursuit of our aspirations or the advancement of our knowledge and wisdom. The demon is that which holds us back. When the demon appears, you are letting forces of harm inhibit your progress. Give me just a moment. Okay, better. Had to get some water. All right. You have been surrendering your self control. The demon is thus trying to alert you to manipulation. Manipulation. Abuse, deception, or undue influences that are causing you sabotage in the long term. When the demon appears, an usurper lurks nearby. So, um, so the struggle with our own internal fears, but also talking about the macrocosm and something going on between China and the US. And it would appear that it's something out at sea based on ships and this. So something going on at sea. I wonder what those rascals are up to, don't you? If they could only get along. The people themselves have no problem getting along. Why is it the governments do? You always have to ask why. 9:11 a.m., huh? Yep. Hmm. Yeah, at 911. I'm glad you paid attention to that, Bella. Because they give me that 911. When was that? Yesterday or the day before? And they give me that as their heads up. They also give me 411 when they're wanting me to look at specific things, information, right? And um, not yesterday, the day before, during my husband's live stream, they gave me 4 5s. 555 was the time, and the battery on my phone was at 55%. So I had these 5 5s across the top of my screen. I was like, what? I was like, are you kidding me? Wow. All the 5s up in this top corner right there. You know how your cell phone tells the time and the battery amount right there at the top? I had a bunch of 5s running across there. I was like, are you kidding me? I even mentioned it in his chat. I was like, wow, that's crazy. The synchronicities never ending, right? You have to pay attention to that stuff. You absolutely have to. All right, let's see what they got going out. Yeah, something going on over the water here. on the macrocosm, so pay attention to the news, guys. This is kind of a heads up. What are they gonna be up to? Those critters. All right, so for the collective, what do you want to tell us going out? Trust. That's the Tom Petty free falling card. Yep. Free falling. And then we have this card on the bottom featuring a rooster, cockerels, rustling around. Yeah, that's another thing. If you visit his channel and you see what I'm talking about, the last four things have been totally about cockerels and peacocks. And Neptune, interestingly enough, in that Italian sunken garden. But the burden, see how he's carrying her on his back, and they're pointing a certain direction, which is, of course, uphill. Uphill. So very much a Ten of Scepters kind of card. Duly carrying the burden of others sometimes, right? But trust, that free fall. Trust. You know, when you meditate, sometimes you'll go into that free fall. Just let it happen. This is like the fool getting ready to go through the portal, and this is taking the wild leap through it. Trust. Okay, guys, that is a very interesting reading. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out on the micro and the macrocosm. Yeah, New World Order, right under that. The Dark Horse, the Gardener. They use that card to point out Devil's Tower to me. Fascinating. Huh. Anyway, I do hope you have a grand Jupiter day, Thursday. And tomorrow is the big TGIF. Anyway, have a really good day, and I will see you later. And I do plan on releasing that blood moon, supermoon eclipse reading, and doing another one to back up the energy, basically. Anyway, have a good one. Take care, and we'll talk to you later.